The fiery omen and the Turk spark. When the seer's eyes were lifted from the hollow markets of Europe and the uprisings of England, he was shown the heavens themselves. There, written not in ink but in fire, appeared the first trumpet of the Great War. He described it without hesitation. A gigantic comet appeared, with two tails in the shape of an inverted V. On one tail the letter E, and on the other the letter T. The night sky blazed as if split open. The comet did not drift lazily like the stars, but tore through the heavens like a sword. Its two tails stretched wide, bright as rivers of flame, crossing one another in the shape of an inverted V. And within those burning trails the seer saw letters, vast, unmistakable, suspended in fire. Upon one, the letter E. Upon the other, the letter T. No scholar or astronomer had written them. They were written by God's own hand in the heavens, declaring that the age of peace was ended. All nations trembled at its sight. He saw men pouring into the streets at night to watch, their faces pale in the fiery glow. He saw women covering their children's eyes in terror. Animals scattered across fields, birds ceased their song. Kings and generals fell silent in their palaces. The comet burned over them all, and none could hide from its blazing omen. Yet as the sky declared judgment, the earth answered with fire of its own. The seer said, "A Turk ignites the war." It would not be a great emperor nor a mighty general, but a Turk whose act would set the world aflame. One spark, a strike, a decision, an outrage, and the world would be hurled into the last war. The comet burned above, the Turk struck below, and together heaven and earth conspired to unleash destruction. He was then shown where the fire would first erupt. He declared, "The war will start in Russia and spread right across the North Pole, from Iceland to Moscow, from Greenland and Alaska to Siberia." The seer looked northward to the frozen roof of the earth, and there he saw it blaze. Iceland was shaken, its coasts hammered by fleets, its skies black with smoke. Moscow flared in explosions, its towers shrouded in fire. Greenland was covered not with silence, but with fleets of warships, their steel cutting through the ice. Alaska shuddered as bombs fell, its mountains roaring with thunder. Siberia, endless and cold, was torn by convoys and firestorms that stretched from horizon to horizon. The auroras that once danced across the Arctic skies were drowned in crimson flame. He saw snowfields trembling under the march of armies, frozen seas boiling under bombardment, and the very poles of the earth convulsing as the war spread from continent to continent. Thus the seer described the chain of beginnings, the comet blazing overhead, its fiery letters declaring the hour, the Turk whose act struck the spark, and Russia erupting in war, driving the conflict across the northern arc of the world, from Iceland to Moscow, Greenland to Alaska, Siberia to the ends of the earth. It was the first convulsion of the last war, and the seer knew that the fire had only begun.